What's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are reacting to Daniel Thrasher reading Reddit stories once again. I don't know if you liked it last time, but I really enjoy it, and he just published a new video. So we're gonna be watching that new one, and then after that video is over, we'll be going to Preacher Lawson, and we're gonna watch some like 20-30 minutes of Preacher Lawson comedy. Give me a quick second. I gotta find my earbuds. I don't know where I put them. Hold on. Oh, there they are. Found them. Supposedly it gives y'all better audio. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but I can. Alrighty, let's go ahead and share my screen here. Alright. You guys ready to read some Reddit stories? Let's skip the whole singing part intro.
You didn't even know I'd do this. Hi guys, I'm using a throwaway for this one. So basically, I, 17-year-old female, am having a 18th birthday at my house. It's just a dinner with my closest friends. I told everyone they may bring food if they like, but I'm going to do a little cooking, like some barbecue food, and then ordering pizza. My guy friend Ryan asked me to bring a mutual friend we have, Emily, since they're dating now. I told him, yeah, sure, because he was going to leave early anyway. She offered to make food, and I told her that would be really nice, but she didn't have to. She insisted. I made a group chat of people coming, and I invited Emily to it. I sent a message talking about when to come, to where, whatever. An important thing in the message was about allergies. I have a friend coming with a really serious nut allergy. I've never seen them have a reaction, but I've been told it gets pretty bad. Turns out you don't have to see it to understand that it's a negative reaction. Turns out hearing somebody was in a catastrophic car accident, you probably go, that probably hurt a little bit. Okay, you need to be there. Didn't need to see it with your eyes. I wrote in the message to triple check your food doesn't have nuts and to be aware of cross-contaminating. Everyone read the message. Some replied. Emily did a thumbs up on the message. Last night, me and Emily were talking and she mentioned the food she made. I told her to show me a picture and it was a cake. The cake looked something like my mom had made before and it contained nuts. I asked if it had nuts and she said yes, but not a lot, and my friend could just not eat the cake. I told her I'd rather she just didn't bring it. We said to triple check that there were no nuts in anything being provided, right? Isn't that a big deal? And that's something that we talked about. No nuts allowed. Call it November because we're not nutting in these parts. I'm so sorry.
I beg your forgiveness.
I told her I'd rather she just didn't bring it. She then got mad and said she'd gone through.
We're gonna replay that. We're just gonna 1, 2.
Allowed. Call it November because we're not nutting in these parts. I'm so sorry. I beg your forgiveness. I told her I'd rather she just didn't bring it. She then got mad and said she'd gone through the trouble of making the cake, so she's bringing it or she isn't coming. I told her then she's not coming.
Bro, we literally said can't be any nuts in the food because somebody can't have it and they're extremely allergic to it. And you're still gonna make a cake that contains nuts in it? Are you stupid? Like, what the heck, bro?
Because I was clear about my friend's allergy and even cross-contaminating was asked to be checked. So why would I allow her to bring a whole cake? She said it was disrespectful to disinvite her. It's disrespectful to bring a live grenade to a party. It's disrespectful to disregard somebody else's ability to go into anaphylaxis over an ingredient, a hint of ingredient. She said it was disrespectful to disinvite her and that she's Ryan's girlfriend. And if he's going, she's going. What the dude? I told her no, it's my party and I didn't want her there anymore because she was acting like a child. Yep. She stopped texting me, but then I got a phone call from Ryan saying I was being a massive dick and she spent ages on the cake. I said, I don't care if it took her 2 whole weeks to make a goddamn cake. I was specific from the beginning on what you could bring and couldn't. The only thing you couldn't bring was something with nuts. The parts where I'm talking to these two is where I may be the asshole, which sounds like this.
Bro wanted to be an idiot and make an entire cake that had nuts in it and then go, well, why can't I break it? They can just not eat it. Well, maybe just don't bring a cake with nuts in it and then you'll be good. Stupid. Jeez.
asked if she's incompetent of reading and comprehension and if she really doesn't know any other cake recipe. He said I was being a biatch and hung up on me. Ryan is telling everyone him and Emily are not attending because I called them names and rejected Emily's cake. Obviously, that's not what's happening, right? Obviously, it's because there's an allergy. But I mean, I think you're totally right. Because I mean, at this point, you're protecting somebody's life. If the cake is life or death, and it's somebody's ego is on the line versus somebody's trachea. You know, somebody's ability to breathe. I think you pick the ability to breathe over the ego. A lot of friends, mostly ones not coming to the party, are saying it was slack to let her make something and then uninvite her because of what she made. And she put effort in that cake for my birthday. Slack? I don't know that in this context. There's only 3 people saying I'm not an asshole, and one of them is my friend with a nut allergy. My party is tomorrow, and I kind of want perceptive on this before then. AITA. All right, let's read the edit here. There's a little edit here. The cake is something like a spongy cake, but it's not an actual birthday cake with frosting. I really don't know how to explain it, but it's seen more as a treat cake where I live, if that makes any sense at all. Second edit, 3 things. I'm a girl. The friend with the allergy is a guy. Also, the comments calling my post fake are boring at this point. I'm not responding to heaps of comments because there's more than 1,000 of them. Guys, please look up allergies that can be airborne before you comment. It's not propaganda or being sensitive. I'm not going to debate whether my friend's allergies are really that serious. Yeah, I mean, you made a clear statement. There was a contract. There was a social contract. If come to party, if bring food, no nuts. And also at the top here, she offered to make food. I told her that'd be really nice, but she didn't have to. She insisted. So this person was like, please let me bring a grenade. Please, please, please let me bring. You don't need to. You don't need that. Please let me bring a grenade. They brought it to the party, or they wanted to bring it to the party. Whoopsies. I don't think you're the a-hole. I think this is young people stuff. That's not very helpful. But I think this person is like, you know, maybe she's new to the scene and she's practiced baking and she made this gorgeous thing and she wants to bring it. It's like, oh my God, whenever I make this nut cake, it's freaking delicious and everybody loves it. You know, I know that this person said there's a nut allergy there, but they're probably fine. I'm just going to bring it anyway. Actions have consequences. This is your consequence. You are being disinvited. When you're young like that, you're 17, you're in high school, you're just turning 18. You like using phrases like I'm grown, you know, and you want to feel like a grown up. You want to go to these parties and you want to bring a little treat, something that makes you feel more adult. Maybe you're showing off. Everybody loves this cake in front of your new boyfriend. Huzzah, right? No, wrong. And it's because you're playing with people's lives, you know. Ego death should happen to everyone. Let's read this comment. Op, don't bring anything with nuts. Emily, okay. Emily, I'm bringing a cake with nuts. Op, don't bring it. Emily, I'm not coming then. Op, okay. Not the asshole. You know what this is? She's marking her territory. Your requests, unimportant. Her efforts, valiant. Look closely at the people on the other side of this dispute. They may be showing you right here that they've already decided which side they're on when the coming split happens. Unfortunately, this is just a part of growing up. Stick by your guns or risk losing real friends in the 3 who stood. Stand by what you did. You did fine. You're not the a-hole at all. You need to tell every friend who is giving you grief that you specifically told Emily that she could not bring anything with nuts. She made a cake with nuts anyway and insisted that she was going to bring it even though you said no. That is why she was disinvited. You know, it'd be kind of fun in this situation is if you did a Tati / James Charles style expose with all the receipts. You know, you show the receipts on screen. Hey, this is the text that I sent saying nothing with nuts. This is the response. Okay. Meaning she agreed not to bring anything with nuts. And then you could just have a full-on expose. You could make a little video about it, you know, put it on CapCut, whatever, pop it on your Instagram, just start a drama, start some mess. Real messy with it, okay? You gotta clear this chick. You know, you gotta let her know that you were right. This is correct. You don't play with people's lives. NTA, and I put the truth in the group chat. While I appreciate Emily's efforts on the cake, it violated the one rule that was clearly stated about the food, and that was it contains no nuts. This is not a preference thing, but a safety issue regarding allergies. When I asked Emily not to bring the cake, she issued an ultimatum that it was either her and the cake or nothing, so I picked the option that upholds guest safety. I'm sorry that the discussion escalated and I didn't handle it appropriately at that point. Hopefully we can all move on from this. Except I'd send the discussion escalated part separately to Ryan and Emily and leave it out of the group chat. Yeah, maybe. Either way, you're not going to be able to please everybody in this situation. You know, you can't. There's nothing you can do. Some people, no matter how by the book you are and how correct you are, they're just not going to like you. It happens. Why? Because either they misunderstood you, they misunderstood the situation, or they don't have an awareness of self. It's going to happen. People are not going to like you, and that sucks to hear. I know. I know, but in somebody's mind, you're going to be a... And whether or not you agree, or whether or not that is the case, you are just going to be that to somebody. Everybody's not going to like you, and if they do, you live a very boring life, okay?
Nope.
Or you're Dolly Parton or Robin Williams, and some people don't even like some of them sometimes. Crazy, I know. Let's move on. AITA for no longer filling the car with gas before my partner has to go to work. Using a throwaway so it's not linked to my main. My partner works Sunday evenings. I do not. They tend to sleep until 15 to 30 minutes before they need to be at work. This sounds familiar. This is something I do all the time. They've recently been asking if I can fill up their car with gas before they go to work on Sundays because they don't have time to get ready for work, get gas, and get to work on time. For a while, I was doing it because it wasn't much of a bother for me. I would take their car and go to the gas station and get snacks or drinks, or go to Dunkin' and get a coffee. I would also sometimes take the car while they were asleep and go get gas and go to the grocery store because I had to get groceries anyway. So that's very sweet. It's a nice supportive thing you're doing for your partner. They also didn't ask every week, just most. I've also told them they should fill up before Sunday so it wasn't such a rush, or wake up earlier. They said they would try, but I also didn't mind doing it if I had a reason to go out. It snowed last night through today where we live. I had no plans to go out because I don't like driving in the snow unless I truly have to. I went to the grocery store yesterday before the snow started, and I stocked up on all my drinks and snacks so I wouldn't have to drive in the snow. I was also still in my pajamas because I was looking forward to a comfy day inside. They asked me if I could fill their car up with gas again today. I said no, I don't like driving in the snow, especially in a car that's not mine. They said it's not far to the gas station and they had to get ready for work. I repeated that I don't feel comfortable driving their car in the snow and I don't need to go out for anything, so I won't do it. There you go. That should be the end of that. But there's another paragraph here. If somebody expresses to you that they're not comfortable doing something, you pressing on them to do it is not ideal. Not an ideal scenario. Well, let's see what this next sentence says. They were upset because I refused to go out and fill up the car with gas. They left for work upset and didn't even say goodbye, and later texted me that they couldn't fully finish getting ready for work and were a few minutes late to work because they had to stop to get gas. AITA for not filling the car with gas before my partner went to work, even though I have been doing it often in the past. This was a last minute fill up request. It seemed like they had to get ready for work and they asked you to do it while they were getting ready for work. A last minute request. Because, I think being upset that somebody can't acquiesce to your last minute request equals your emergency is not my responsibility. Your lack of planning should not be my emergency. I'm not your assistant. I'm your partner, you know? And look, if there was an agreement, an expectation of, yes, I will fill up your car with gas because I do it on this way anyway. It's just like, you know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Couples do that all the time. I'll go pick us up. I'll go buy us coffees from that nice little coffee shop. I'll get you the matcha you want. You could pop a couple eggs, you know, in the pan. We've got the coffee we like. We've got a little breakfast we like. That's a nice way to meet in the middle and scratch each other's back, right? Yeah. But this here, I'm not seeing a reciprocal thing. I'm only seeing them doing a lot, like going to Dunkin's and getting a coffee and stuff like that. I don't know, but no, you're not an a-hole. Again, it's like, your lack of planning should not be my emergency. Yeah. That other person needs to figure out. They need to figure out how to be self-sufficient in this time. And look, for me, I'm a guy who I'll agree to wake up earlier. I'm really bad at it. I don't know what it is. I'm probably gonna get a sleep study done soon because I'll wake up and it really is like syrup in my veins. Like I cannot get out of bed. So I can sympathize with somebody wanting to get up earlier but not being able to do it. I sympathize with that. That does not mean that you should give all of your responsibilities to your partner and expect them to do it at the drop of a hat. That's stupid. Let's see what the comments have to say. Why didn't they stop and fill the car with gas on their way home from work the last time they worked? It is incredibly lazy to ask your partner to fill up your car with gas so that you can sleep until the very last minute when you had plenty of opportunities to do it yourself. Yeah, I think I saw an interview somewhere where like most people try to get gas when they're on empty. But everybody forgets you can fill up gas when you're only halfway full. You can fill up your gas tank when you've got a quarter of a tank left. You can fill up your gas tank when you have 3/4 of a tank full. You can just top it off. You know, people forget that. And I think this person needs to learn that lesson so they don't have to lean on their partner at all times. This is where my mind went too. Even if it was a matter of not wanting to fill up when it's dark out for safety reasons or being too tired after work, I'd just plan around that. The only reasonable instance I could see a partner regularly asking to fill up their car and sleep in until the last minute would be if they are working insane hours and work weeks. Yeah. I mean, this is fair. Like 50 to 70 hours a week with long days and like one day off. If my partner was busting absolute ass for 50 to 70 hours a week and needed that sleep, then I would absolutely fill up the car every Saturday evening / Sunday morning for them to get their sleep. Simply because stopping at the gas station every single week at the end or almost end of their work week is an annoying mental task that can really drain someone already working incredibly hard. This is a very empathetic, very, very nice putting yourself in the other person's shoes perspective. I like this. Got 471 upvotes. Other than that, just stop at the gas station at the end of the week or when you're low like everyone else. We don't know their full work situation. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know what it is, but I mean, chances are they're not working 50 to 70 hours a week. Yeah. I think you and your partner ultimately get to decide what's appropriate for you. You know, you two get to decide what's good for you and what's not good for you. Asking me to do something last minute when I'm planning on staying in and snowing. And it's snowing outside, I don't do that. I don't like driving in the snow. I don't like driving other people's cars in the snow. Yep, I don't like having to rush in the morning and add a stop for gas on my work trip. So if I see I'm low, I stop on my way home so I don't have to get in the morning. These types of things I always want to ask, what would they do if they were single? And that's true, man. A lot of times when you're in a relationship, you lean on your partner for stuff that you wouldn't normally lean on, and then you just kind of get used to it. And your brain's like, oh, and then suddenly you're single and you don't know what the hell to do. What the heck is going on? Why don't they fill up their tanks when they see it's getting low like normal people? NTA. They use their car for work and they do delivery and drive a lot of miles. So they go through a tank every shift or two. They have to start with a full tank. The company reimburses them for gas though, so they aren't paying it out of pocket. And when I fill up their car, they pay me back ASAP. Filling up the car is actually part of their job. It's fully on them. What a selfish person. So let's say they're an Amazon delivery driver. Let's pretend it's that, right? Let's pretend it's not a car. It's like one of those trucks. Let's see, delivery trucks. What kind of a truck is it? I see a lot of these. They're like these.
Okay. Is that good?
Mercedes Sprinter vans. Say it's something like this, right? This seems right. You can see the Amazon logo on there. Fuel tank size 24 gallons. So they say 6 gallons a minute is typical. I have a 20-gallon tank, normally get around 18 gallons, so 3 minutes to actively fuel, 2 or 3 more minutes to pull up and start the pump. But there isn't a gas station I like on my route to work, another 5 minutes minimum to get to the station I normally use, so it takes an extra 10 minutes on days I buy gas on the way to work. So it's an extra 10 minutes. So this person has to plan for an extra 10 minutes.
Can you really not hear anything? That's weird. Huh. Let's see here. Oh, okay, got you. But if I turn it down, you're not able to hear it, right? Because, I mean, I could just talk louder if you want me to. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, chat, but I don't have the stream app. I'm running on a broke budget here. This is all I can really do. I mean, I can just talk louder if that's the case, or I can turn it down like slightly. Here. We'll keep it like here, and then we'll...
Of their life. And that's assuming it's a 25-gallon tank. If you drive and do deliveries for a living, get a Prius. That's a 10-gallon tank. Cut that time in half, baby. Yeah, weird. I mean, yeah, have that conversation. Be like, hey, I know we agreed on this, but if it's going to be that way, I think you should do it. And I think we need to work on your time management skills. This person has very bad time management skills. And the reason why they don't get up till 15 to 30 minutes before work, maybe, yeah, they're tired. Or maybe they need that push of anxiety of that last minute in order to engage their nervous system to get up and out of bed. They need that deadline to where they have to get up and get out of bed. Otherwise, they would just sleep in all day. You know, now they're confidently lazy, which is not great. But are you the asshole? No. I don't think so. Next story. AITA for calling out a line cutter at Costco.
Nope.
We are getting so many cutting in line stories, and the answer is no. Cutting in line, dude, that is a quick way to trigger me. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know what like ancestral thing that is in my DNA, but I cannot stand that. Line cutters, man.
I hate line cutters.
Let's read it though. I was at Costco and have just finished checking out when I realized I'd picked up the wrong item. I headed over to the supervisor's desk and waited behind a gentleman who was already there. A couple of minutes later, a woman nudged in front of my cart, giving me an unapologetic wave. Just the way that I would just out loud go, "Ah!" I would just scream uncontrollably. I wouldn't even know how to emotionally regulate that. I'd probably start stripping right there in the line just because the clothes would feel constraining on my body. I don't know what I would do because everything would feel wrong. My clothes would feel wrong. I'd try to peel my skin off. I don't know. I'll be quick. I just have a question, she said. I didn't hold back. I don't give a shit. Wait in line, I told her. She looked at me like I was an alien and told me I was being incredibly rude. I followed up with, fine, pretty effing please then. I also have a question. What makes yours more important than mine? All right, dude, something happened to you and you just want, okay, pretty please then. Get behind, I think you did exactly the right thing because she should learn that that's not something that everybody is going to be cool with. And I think it's totally fair that you kind of put her in, you let her know that, hey, this isn't how you treat people. If there's an established line, you don't cut in front. When I went home and told my wife, she said I overreacted. And in retrospect, I should have cursed, but I don't regret calling her out.
Real quick.
Whatever.
Do you want to see some like Preacher Lawson content in this stream? Or you go with Daniel Thrasher? Just want your opinion. Because I will be doing some comedy Preacher Lawson video. Or I'll be watching a Preacher Lawson video after this video is over. If you are okay with that, or if you want to see that, I don't know. But yeah, I'm planning on this video is like halfway done. So after this, I'm gonna try and do a Preacher Lawson comedy video and watch that for the rest of the stream. All right. You got it, Brody. You got it.
What's that lady going to do? There are bigger problems in the world right now, my guy. For that lady to get worked up about. People right now, I think everybody is a little on edge and cautious about being taken advantage of. A lot of people in the world right now are cautious about injustice of any kind. And so if you're seeing people get comfortable with even tiny acts of injustice such as this one, I think the general feeling, the consensus is, I am not putting up with this right now. Everybody's a little on edge right now in 2026. Everybody. I threw a little Super Bowl party at my house. There was an ad during the Super Bowl where it was literally just the karaoke track of everybody, yeah, rock your body, yeah, everybody. And then at the end of it, it was like crypto.com or something, or Coinbase, I think. And at that point, I had probably 15, 20 people at my house. At that point, everybody was singing the karaoke track, and as soon as it said Coinbase or crypto or whatever, everybody booed. Everybody booed. Just thought that's something you should know. Are you the a-hole? No, I don't think so. You were Batman. You were a vigilante for a second. Maybe even the Joker. We live in a society type guy.
With my stomach issues and stuff, it's a bit hard to be able to do certain stuff when I have to be in the hospital so much. But no, I don't mind you asking that. But no, I to answer your question, I have not been to college, and I might, depending on if my situation gets better, but I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. And by the way, you're missing an I in my name. It's Isaiah, but no worries. Anywho.
Pulling up to a talk show. Well, were you wrong? I don't think so. But that's not the question. Were you an a-hole? Yeah, but you were an effective one. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, you did something you were totally allowed to do. Oh my God. Let's see what the comments have to say. Everyone sucks here. Yes, she was incredibly rude cutting, but your wife is right. You way overreacted. Swearing at a total stranger does nothing to support your case. You could have easily said the end of the line is back there instead. That's true. The reply to that, though, says she knew where the end of the line was and she knew she was cutting based on her just a minute comment. NTA. Undoubtedly, in calling her out directly on where the end of the line is brings scrutiny to her actions. Suddenly, everyone is looking, not just up. In any case, I hope she was embarrassed. Okay, so we're split down the middle in these comments. Because interesting. Well, you could have done it without swearing, but NTA, people do this because other people let it slide. I don't let that crap slide either. We are taught to wait our turn at a really young age. Somewhere along the line, people get the idea that their time is more valuable than everyone else's, but it is not, and they should be called out for being rude. NTA? I mean, he could have done it without swearing, but would she have listened? Probably not. Swearing set the tone. She needed to F off, just like Succession. They say F off way too much in that show. It's a bit of a writer's crush, it feels like. Anyway, I've been in too many situations where my polite asking gets ignored by people like her, so experience has taught me that telling someone to get the F back in line is sometimes called for. I absolutely would have swore at her, TBH. And look, like, you can be an asshole when you are on edge about something, and that's not good. That's not an excusable behavior. But again, the world is strange right now. Everybody's on a little bit of edge. And so it'd be nice to be more conscientious towards absolute strangers and maybe don't cut them in line. Maybe just try to be a little polite. You know, maybe just try to be a good human being and treat each other with the kindness you would want and expect for yourself.
Exactly.
Because then you won't get cussed at by a stranger at a Costco. And then you won't be cautious every time you go to the Costco from now on looking for that man who yelled at you, because that's going to be your experience now, lady. Now your experience is going to be, I'm a little on edge every time I go into this Costco, because what if I run into that guy who yelled at me? That's your life now. Is that totally deserved? No. I mean, you know, could he have not cussed? Yes, of course. But some people's level, some people's threshold of cussing is different than others, right? Like a complete stranger is not going to be able to handle your F-bomb. But
I don't like cussing, and it's not my type of, you know, communication, but you know, people are going to do them, can't do anything about it. So, but just from my personal experience of communication, I don't cuss. So
when you go home, that's just something you do. You just drop F-bombs all the time. Who knows, man? But everybody's on edge. You got to be a little bit more cautious with your neighbor right now in 2026. I am saying you got to, because people are... They're ready to snap. They're ready to snap. I'm telling you, people in the comments need to stop clutching their pearls because of the swearing and cursing. Respect should be earned, and you don't need to respect someone who cuts in line. NTA for effing real, dude, but you cussed. And so they must be the type to let out a nice, oh my good golly goodness, whenever they're frustrated, instead of normal response like, oh Jesus Christ, what the actual is this?
That's gonna be my
oh golly gosh, gee whiz, oh heck. Yeah, okay. All right. We got a bunch of like weirdos. But I mean, I get it. You know, we get what they're going for here. General consensus is, I mean, the top comment is everyone sucks here, but most of the replies say no, not the a-hole. I don't know. What do you guys think? I will say he overreacted a little, but I mean, this isn't am I overreacting? This is am I the asshole? I think you guys played a nice game of ping pong and you escalated who is more of the asshole in that instance.
By the
but
way,
she did start the game. She knocked that little ping pong ball over to you and you went, all right, and you bam, you slammed it on the table. That's what happened. Next story. Am I the for not taking my niece at daycare because my sister-in-law didn't follow the policy? I, 31-year-old female, am a home daycare provider. My sister-in-law, Jenna, 29-year-old female, recently enrolled my infant niece, Pearl, in my daycare. I love having Pearl here and being a part of her development. Oh, that's very sweet. So your brother's wife's kid is in your daycare. I have a policy with diapers.
Good idea. Good idea. My bad. Because it's probably harder to hear me whenever the video is playing. My bad. I'm kind of new to this streamer thing, so you know, I'm doing my best. Can you hear me better now though? Now that the video is not playing in the background? I just try not to pause the video too much because I know, you know, it can get pretty annoying. But anywho, thanks for the advice there. But like I said, if you're planning on sticking around for the full hour, then I will be finishing this video, watching Preacher Lawson at the end. And if I have time, I will be playing like a small game, probably some snake or stick war, depending on if I have time or not. But Anywho, back to the video.
I notify the parents when there's 20 or less diapers in their kids' supply. Right. I keep forgetting how expensive that is, dude. I communicate this verbally at pickup and through email/text reminders. If they get down to 5 left at the start of a day and the parent still hasn't brought any, their little one isn't allowed to come until they've brought some. Okay. All right. This is something I know nothing about. Interesting. Jenny was told multiple times recently that Pearl's supply was getting low, and her response was always, oops, I'll bring more tomorrow, but then she wouldn't do it. On Monday night, I sent her a text reminding her to bring diapers and that I wouldn't be able to have Pearl here if she didn't.
Sounds like a procrastinator to me. Just saying. I know that saying all too well. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes around, and then you're like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Like, that's some very procrastination behavior right there. Just
have them. Very clear boundary setting. If this doesn't happen, I will not be able to accept ya baby. Naturally, Jenny shows up on Tuesday morning empty-handed. Again with the I forgot, which is a very convenient way to cheap out on diapers. For those of us who are not parents, myself included, I want to see how much a pack of diapers cost.
Don't think you forgot, buddy. Just think you didn't want to do it. Pretty lame excuse right there, buddy.
So I'm going to guess $36 for a pack of 50. Oh, this ain't too bad. $10 for...
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. If you can't, whatever, you know, not forcing you to, but appreciate it. It'll be probably like an hour long, maybe an hour and 10 if I play the game at the end of the stream, but if not, it's probably going to be like just an hour. Or
20 diapers. But that cost needs to be on the parent. It shouldn't be on the facility, right? I'm going to read this again. Naturally, Jenny shows up Tuesday morning empty-handed, again with the I forgot.
By the way, Matt, I wanted to say, sorry for pausing the video again, but I wanted to say that thank you so much for hopping in. By the way, you're my first person to ever chat in the stream chat for the first time. Like, this is my first time having somebody actually interact with me during the stream, because every other stream nobody said anything. So my favorite streamers, I don't really watch a whole lot of streamers, but when I do, it's usually hold on, let me check my Twitch real quick. I can't remember their names. Hold on. I also watch Daniel Thrasher streaming, and I also watch a guy named Speeper, which is my older brother. So appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Thanks, man. But yeah, to answer your question, I watch my older brother. His name is Speeper on Twitch, and I also watch Daniel Thrasher on Twitch as well. So, but other than that, I don't really watch streamers. I mostly just watch YouTube videos, to be honest. Not even gonna lie to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm kind of new to this whole streaming thing, man. So if there's any advice you can give me or something, or if you think I should fix something, let me know, and I'll do my best to accompany that. But anyways, let's continue watching.
I reminded her of the policy, no diapers, no daycare. She got all mad about how Pearl is my niece and I can't just turn her away. Oh, no, special treatment. Can't I break the rules just this once, and that I have no idea how busy her life is and that moms forget things sometimes? I told Jenny that she needs to follow the same rules as everyone else, and she said that I should find room in my heart for exceptions. AITA for not taking my niece at daycare because my sister-in-law didn't follow the policy. Now, here's the deal. You're already benefiting from someone you're related to taking care of your kid reliably, and somebody that you can trust taking care of your kid. Now what you're asking for is for the person taking care of your child to spend extra money to take care of your child. And that's where you messed up. That's a big deal, right? You're saying, hey, can you pay for my kid's diapers and take care of my kid? Can you do that? Can you pay for my kid's diapers and take care of my kid, please? Can you spend money in order to have the privilege of taking care of my child / your niece?
Yeah, that's a little crazy because like, how are you gonna ask somebody to take care of your kid, also buy them diapers, and still take care of their kid? Like that's your kid, not their kid. Like if they want to babysit them to an extent, that's fine. But asking them to just buy everything for them, that's crazy. Me personally, I would not take that disrespect, and I'd immediately go off on them. Just saying. Just saying.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be nice? No, you're not an a-hole. No, I don't think so. I think it sucks when it's your relative, because there might be that undercurrent of like, oh God, what am I supposed to do? Like, you know, I think pulling the relative card is an easy pull for this woman, Jenny, but she's being a little bit of a expecting you to spend $10 of your own money that you're probably not earning hourly. Let's see what the comments have to say. NTA, bend on this rule. Next will be about payment. Ooh, foot in the door technique. Who is that? Benjamin Franklin? Where you ask for a little yes, and then you could get a bigger yes and a bigger yes and a bigger yes. It's like a psychological principle. Yeah. That's true. This is a really excellent point. If somebody gave me this advice, I would be like, you're so right. This is so good. And then she'll expect to be able to drop her off when she's sick or stay late without consequences. Holding family to rules is worse than strangers. There's a good reason the plus X% family discount can sometimes be a very good practice when running your own business. What is this? Is it a pretend discount or a real one? Sounds like they're talking about a reverse discount tax to discourage family members from using your business just to try and get perks or advantages they wouldn't be afforded at any other business. Got it. Okay. So they mean a surcharge for family is charging them more, not less. You know what's weird is I'm thinking about this and I haven't seen a baby in a long time. I mean, like I haven't been around a baby for an extended period of time outside of like a coffee shop or something. But when I'm picturing a baby and I'm picturing diapers and stuff, I smell that baby smell. It's so weird that your memory is attached to your olfactory bulb, like your sense of smell.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I've never experienced that. That's really crazy. That's weird. I didn't know you could even experience that you could remember the baby smell and smell it as you remember. That's weird. Never seen that happen.
It's like, dude, you smell a candle and suddenly you're transported back to your grandmother's house. I'm reading the story and I'm thinking about babies and like diapers and stuff, and suddenly I'm like flashing back to when my niece and nephews were babies, you know what I mean? Or like cousins when they were babies, and just that smell. I just like am getting a weird sense memory situation right now. NTA for sure. Good on you for holding true to the rules / boundaries that you set for all parents at your daycare. She's got to learn that she can't use you simply because you're family. Continue to politely remind her that these are the rules. They apply to everyone, and you're not going to break them for any reason.
That's crazy,
absolutely.
Man.
She's trying.
What is that? So, someone. Oh my God! So I would have laughed as well. Someone told me I smell like Aunt Nee. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would have laughed as well. By the way, Mad, how are you? How are you? And like, what you got any Valentine's Day plans? Like, what's up? What you doing this weekend?
Trying to see what she can get away with pulling the family card. Holding the boundary will actually help her in the long run. It's funny that it says wrong run, but I know they mean long run. If she is able to learn from her behavior. Enabling bad behavior won't help anyone. I would ask if there's a financial issue or a mental health issue. This is nice. I don't know if I'd say anything about the mental health issue, but financial is good. I would have a list of resources for all my clients. I love that. Yeah. NTA, she just wants a free source of diapers along with her daycare. She didn't forget. I don't think she forgot. I'm sure she never allows herself to run out of them at home. Good for you for not bending the rules for the entitled relative. This is what I thought. She's trying to squeeze the most out of Op. If Op doesn't stand firm on her rule, her customers will probably take advantage of it.
Probably.
Interesting. That whataboutism is about to come into play. Oh, You want me to bring diapers? What about her? Doesn't she also go to this daycare? What about that? Here we have something interesting. This, and also as somebody with ADHD, if she's prone to being busy or forgetting frequently, it's on her to accommodate herself in rigid situations like this. She should buy the diapers in bulk so she doesn't have to restock as frequently.
Yep.
Maybe she could ask for a non-rule breaking / normal sister-in-law favor and see if she can order some diapers online and set the delivery to Op's house if she finds herself forgetting / unable to drop them off. Depending on the site, she could even do a subscription so they're delivered automatically on a schedule. Exactly. Yes. Like an Amazon, once a month delivery of like 20 or whatever. Great idea. 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever. I have ADHD, and this is something that I have to consider because I very much am diagnosed with ADHD and pretty bad executive dysfunction. So this is something that happens to me all the time. But I have systems in place to try to mitigate this. This reply here says, I have ADHD when I need to bring diapers with me to my daughter.
Oh, not really do anything, huh? You have no time for hangouts. I have like the most important exam in 3 months and I have to pass it or I will be cooked. Are you still in school, Matt, or are you in college? If you don't mind me asking, what exam is it for? That's sad that you don't have any time for hangouts, though. Feel bad for you, man. I'm not really doing anything for Valentine's either. I mean, I might have a date planned. It just depends on what she thinks. So it may or may not happen. I don't know, but I'll keep y'all updated on that. But for right now, there's nothing happening for me either. So, whoops, did not mean to click that. Whoopie doop.
Sitter, I either put the package at my front door where I have to physically move it or to leave, or I stick it in the car behind the seat where I put my daughter's bag every day. So I will see it and grab it with the bag when we get there. You know what's funny? My bedroom is upstairs in my house. And when I kick my shoes off downstairs and I take my socks off, I don't want my socks downstairs, but I also don't want to go all the way upstairs to put it in the laundry room. So what I do is I ball my socks together and I throw it up my staircase knowing it's going to land on one of the steps. So when I walk upstairs to bed at night, I see it, I pick it up and I put it in the hamper. It's funny because that reminds me of this. This is kind of what I do. Interesting. Moving on, AITA for my USB killer frying my friend's PC after she snooped in my bag. USB killer. 20 female. My friend is 21 female. I always carry a USB killer in my backpack. Why? It looks like any other thumb drive except I stuck a tiny devil face sticker on it so I know it's the dangerous one. I keep it on me because I still live at home and my parents
That's actually pretty smart putting a sticker on there and know it's the dangerous one. That's actually pretty funny. Low-key, kind of smart too. I would actually do that. If I had that, I would low-key do the same thing.
nosy. If I ever left it on my desk, they definitely pick it up and plug it into their laptop to see what it is. Yesterday, I had to leave campus in a rush and asked my friend to watch my bag for a bit. I ended up not having time to come back, so I just texted her to take it home and I'd grab it today. She said, cool. She gets home, admits she got curious and started looking through my stuff, finds the devil sticker USB, thinks it's my normal drive, plugs it into her gaming PC to see what files I have. Why? That's...
You're in school, man, and it is a national exam that's called BAC. I'll be honest, I don't know what that is. But I wish you luck, and I hope you can get through it. Because I know how hard exams can be. I'm not a great test taker, so I know how hard they can be whenever you have to study for them. And then you get to it like the last minute and then you just suddenly forget everything that you ever studied the entire time. It's super annoying, but I wish you luck, man. It is.
It's not for me. I can try and look. I don't know how to fix that. I'm not even gonna lie. Hold on. Oh, it's probably because I'm running something else in the background. Hold on, let me close that. Give me a quick second. Yeah, I have something else running in the background. That's probably why. Hold on. All right. I closed it, so hopefully the quality should go up soon. But yeah, like I was saying, I wish you luck, man. and I hope you're able to pass that exam.
So weird. Why would you do that? For what reason? That's so weird. And why would your friend tell you they snoop through your stuff? What? Computer instantly dies. Mobo and PSU completely gone. Is that motherboard? Yeah, gotta be motherboard. And PSU completely gone. Now she's mad at me saying I'm reckless for carrying something like that and I need to buy her a whole new setup. No, you don't. Even though she knows she shouldn't have been digging around in my bag in the first place. I feel bad her PC is dead, but come on, don't snoop and don't plug random drives into your computer. AITA. This is insane. I feel.
But my question is, why would you have a USB that kills any computer instantly anyways? That's my question. I mean, I'm not saying he's in the wrong. The girl's definitely in the wrong for snooping through his stuff. But, like, why have a USB that kills a computer instantly? Like, why? There's literally no point. Alright, cool. Appreciate it. I had something running in the background. That's probably why it was glitching, so thanks, man. Appreciate you pointing that out.
I feel like this is a secret ad for a USB killer. Why would you do that? Why do you have that? What's the point of that? Why are you friends with people who would snoop through your stuff and be confident in telling you about it?
That's what I was saying.
Is this reality for some of you? Is this a real thing? Crazy if true. That you're so paranoid you have to have a computer killer on your person at all times. Why? Your last line covers it. She was a bad friend to look through your bag and a bad friend to use something of yours without asking. She's learned an expensive and lifelong lesson. Don't be to your friend.
It doesn't seem, because I am getting like a little bit of lag on my side, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad on me anyways. The stream should be, you shouldn't be able to see any of the lag whenever it's published on YouTube though, or whenever I stop, whenever I'm not live anymore, it shouldn't lag too much. So I don't know how to fix it, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad. So, well, I'll be honest, for me, it's well, actually, no, it's actually, I can see your point now. I can see it on my camera. I mean, if you want, I can go ahead and end stream and try again, but, I don't know if you want to stick around to the end of the stream. I don't know. Up to you. Because I'll be honest, I don't know how to fix it, because I closed the thing that I had running in the background, but clearly that didn't seem to help. Maybe that's why nobody's in my stream like ever, because it's lagging every time. I don't know.
And don't plug unknown USBs in your computer without first checking a trusted source about what's on it. NTA. This is 30,000 upvotes, and this story has 22,000 upvotes. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, in what world do you have friends that just snoop through your bag? You're having somebody watch your bag quickly. Why would they snoop through it? Even at 20. I mean, I feel like that's too old for that. Who knows if Op had nudes or confidential/personal stuff on their flash drive? It was just crazy rude to have a peek at someone else's files. Also, why is Op carrying a computer killer everywhere? No, I agree. My last question was worded poorly. I mean, why would someone have one and carry it around? Why do you need one? And then the reply to that says, that was explained in the post. They live with parents who would plug that thing into any and every computer if they found it. The more pertinent question for me is, why do they have a computer killer? That doesn't explain why it's a good reason to have one at all. Are they hoping to teach their parents a lesson about snooping? Yes. If asking their parents to stop snooping through their personal things isn't working, then I guess it's time for consequences. Yeah, I guess that's true. That could be a thing. I mean, that would absolutely stop your parents. If it's like, my computer died, what happened? It's like, well, you know how you snoop through my stuff and plug.
All right. We're gonna maybe stop. Maybe not sharing my screen on YouTube will fix the lag. Maybe it's just too much for my computer to handle. The video was pretty much over. It's just going to talk about comments and stuff. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the Daniel Thrasher video. I know there's only one person in here that's mad. Thank you for staying put in here. Appreciate that. Is it still lagging for you, or are we good now? Because I'm not screen sharing my YouTube page anymore. So I don't know if it's still lagging or not. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna do the Preacher Lawson thing. I think we're just gonna sit here for the next 10-15 minutes and just chat if you want. So, on that note, I will be doing another live tomorrow probably, and I will be doing a gaming video at some point. I don't know when, but whatever you guys want to see, I'll try and upload. Because I know Stick Wars is getting probably pretty boring for you guys, because that's the only gaming content I've been uploading recently, and I haven't uploaded in a while. I haven't uploaded a Stick War video in a while, so. Hey man, Matt, if you want to go, it's fine. If you want to go, it's fine. I get it. But thank you for tuning in, and if you're going, it was nice seeing you, man. I'm probably gonna end the stream here soon, anyway. So if you want to go, you can. But thank you for chatting with me and staying in here. You're a good one. But I think we're gonna end it pretty soon then, because if it's lagging, there's no point to keep it going. So we pretty much reached the 1 hour threshold anyways. It's pretty much been 1 hour. It's 50 minutes, 10 minutes off or whatever. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Mad, thank you for tuning in. And I will be probably just uploading a regular video later on Preacher Lawson instead of going live, because if it's lagging too much, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I do not have Instagram, man, but I do have Discord and Snapchat if you want my Discord. But my Gmail, Discord, and Snapchat are the only ways of Instagram that I have. But I don't have the actual Instagram app. So. But yeah, if you have Discord or Snapchat and you want to add me, I'm happy to add you. Hold on. Give me a quick second. Okay. My bad. Had to check something. Anyways, Mad, if you're still here, my Discord, let me, okay, never mind then. Never mind. My bad. Then yeah, the only way you're gonna be able to contact me is through my Gmail. So. But, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Man, thank you for tuning in. And I'll do a Preacher Lawson video later. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye, Mad. Peace.